Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Spelecast. I'm your host, the fabulous Zinker. And today's topic on the Spelecast, Super Smash Bros. 5, specifically character predictions. I know it just says predictions, but pretty much just character predictions. Alright, so I've been wanting to do this for a while, and since we just introduced the Spelecast, probably literally yesterday, if this is airing when I expect it to, I want to talk about what I think is going to happen, like every other YouTuber out there. Unlike every other YouTuber out there, though, I don't want just to, put the most likely, the top 10. No. I am going to predict. My goal is to predict as many, my goal is to predict characters so that I get them all right, but I have a lot of wrong. Does that make sense? I want to, predict every character. I want to say, this was possibly going to happen, and boom, it was one of the things. Probably not the reality. Put it in another perspective, there are 46 characters on this list. Yes, 46 characters on this list. If you're listening to this, you know what you're getting into. I warned you ahead of time right now. And also, video length, you can see it. I don't expect all those 46 characters to get in. But, each of them has their own little chance. So I want to be like, hey, I called it. I said that character could be in it. And he was, or she was, or whomever. That is the goal here. I also want to make another warning. This, as it may not be clear, I do this in Google Slides for the time being, because I don't have a proper video editor. Also, normally for the Spelecast episodes, it's just a screen and stuff like that. But in this case, I wanted to actually go through a slideshow. The slideshow you're about to see, extremely shitty, extremely rushed. I wanted to get this video out before E3, before anything is revealed. And that's basically the nitty gritty of this. Is that I wanted to get this video out before that. So I spent all day today. Well, not all day today, but I spent 3 hours putting this together. And eventually I just got to a point where I started to rush it. Because, I was just it was starting to exhaust me. It was starting to take the fun out of it. So I apologize ahead of time for that. This is just, I just want to wait. I really just want to post a video and get my predictions out before anything happens. So welcome to the ride. Welcome either to the ride, seeing it before E3, maybe you're hyped, or welcome after E3 to see how many of them I got right, or welcome back after the game has come out to see how many of them I got right. Anyhow, let's jump on. Our very first topic, returning veterans. Not necessarily predictions, more just who, in this case, it's who I want to return. I'd also like to note, before I go on, maybe 4 or 5 of these characters are coming up are characters that I just want and not necessarily that I see as necessarily very likely. I put all their chances down. We'll see it very soon. But for returning veterans, I like pretty much all the characters return. And that might be insane to a lot of people, but I honestly expect them to just port this over. And I don't, each of these characters, people always oh, these are characters we'll lose, but each of these characters have their reason for being a spot in there, for the most part, barring some certain characters, but each character has earned their own spot there. Even the Fire Emblem characters, I know people oh, but there's so many Fire Emblem characters, but whatever, they all have their spot. I'm not too worried that it'll get oversaturated as people are scared of, because there's 10 Fire Emblem characters, and then there's 50 other characters. That's not bad. Mario, technically speaking, Mario has 12 characters on this roster. Yoshi and Donkey Kong are not their own series, nor is Wario. They're really, they are, but they're also not. They're Mario characters. They appear in Mario Kart, and not Link or the Villager and stuff as whoa, cool DLC. They're Mario characters. They're with Mario a lot. So yeah, I want to see pretty much all characters return. The only characters I could see being scrapped are the clone characters. The problem is, for clone characters, well, clone characters and third-party characters. The problem is with clone characters, we'll get Lucina, for example. She's basically just Marth. I mean, they have a few differences, I'm sure, to like the Smash pros out there, like, ah, but they're different this way, but whatever. They're basically the same character. If you bring Marth back, which we know they're bringing Marth back, it's not, it wouldn't take long to make Lucina, especially if they're, like I said, I assume they're pulling in some assets from Smash 4. So, like, it wouldn't take long to make a Lucina. It wouldn't. So, like, you know, which is why I don't see any point in scrapping the clone characters, even though they're not needed. As for third-party characters, I expect Capcom to remain. You know, Mega Man, or Mega Man, is Nandai, Pac-Man's Capcom, right? Or who, Nandai? Whatever. I just remembered I forgot one. I'll talk about the last one I forgot at the end of the video. He's not in the slide. That makes it 47. Pac-Man, for Capcom. You know, I expect Capcom, obviously Sonic's going to remain in there. The only, Bayonetta might remain in there. You know, a decent chance of that. They still are favoring Nintendo, to my knowledge. So, you know, they might, you know, Bayonetta could remain in there, that's fine. Only one I really expect to see dropped, specifically, is Cloud. Because I imagine Squeenix is just like, oh, he's a really popular character, you gotta pay us a lot of money for it. Which is why if he's a DLC, probably easily just, you know, they both work out a deal there where they both profit a lot from it, Nintendo and Square Enix. For the actual game, even though it'll sell a lot, I don't know if Nintendo will be willing to pay its price again for Cloud. But maybe they'll want to have Cloud DLC again for this game. Or maybe he'll still be in there. It's not impossible. Even though it's kind of weird, he's not really a Nintendo Final Fantasy character. He's more PlayStation, but whatever. What do I know? And then obviously Mario. I do expect Dr. Mario to return. I expect Mario to get an updated moveset, at least in one move involving Cappy, as well as probably definitely a stage for Super Mario Odyssey. Either a stage called like the Odyssey or something like that, where you just go to each kingdom. Which that would be possible, or Metro Kingdom, or Bowser's Kingdom, or Luncheon Kingdom. Specifically, those 4 maps are either one of those. I could see the Odyssey being one where they go to different kingdoms. Easy, that's something they like to do. Metro Kingdom, obviously, or Bowser's Kingdom. Bowser's Kingdom is fucking beautiful. I would love to see it as its own stage in addition to it. And Luncheon is just sort of like, if not any of those, maybe Luncheon. That's about it for stages. So now we'll move on to the first section, which is going to be the characters, the newcomer characters I expect to see most. Inkling, wow, and you're like, whoa, Inkling was in the teaser trail. We already know they're coming. They didn't necessarily say it was a character. I've definitely seen stupider things in gaming history, where then Smash revealing or showing Inklings in a trailer, and then them just turning out to be assist trophies. That being said, I obviously think they're characters. It's just they haven't specifically been said to be characters yet. I think it's basically guaranteed they are, though. I think that would be really insane if they just showed them and it's like, oh, they're not characters, they're assist trophies, or they're a stage hazard, or it's just a Splatoon stage coming to Smash. That would be ridiculous. But that's why they're here. Next, we'll move to Springman or Ribbon Girl. Also Twintel, because I just like her. I'd like to see Twintel. I didn't put her in the slideshow. Like I said, I kind of rushed this. That was not the character I forgot, though. But highly likely. The only reason I say not basically guaranteed is because I think someone said in an interview that it's like, I think it's too soon to put ARMS in Smash. I don't know why. That's stupid. But that's the only reason I say highly likely and not basically guaranteed is that. But yeah, obviously ARMS, the new hot Switch thing. I think Smash 5 is going to celebrate the Switch because the Switch has been a nice success. Which is good. It should. So I think we'll see one or both of them, either as costume changes for each other, as they did with, like, say, Wii Fit Trainer, or Alf and Pikmin, Almar. There you go. Or we'll see them as 2 separate characters. Either or is fine with me. And then Twintel I'd like to see. There's no thing for her, but, you know, I'd like to see her. I don't think she'd be very likely herself, but she has a nice booty. Yeah, that's my only reason. Shovel Knight. And I say basically guaranteed. And I've seen people say Shovel Knight's not going to be in it. He's an indie, but like he's not going to be in it. I don't see him as being very likely. And I think those people are insane. Nintendo is definitely focused more on indie games, and this is their face of it. Shovel Knight is probably the only indie game out there. Maybe also Celeste that I can see, but more so Shovel Knight. That is the face of Nintendo. When you think Shovel Knight, you think as Nintendo indie game, whereas most indie games you either think as multi-platform or PC. So there's that. There's also the ballot. As everyone will recall, there was a nice Smash ballot for DLC specifically for Super Smash Bros. 4, which I don't think they really took anything off that ballot either. Here's the deal, though. For Smash 5 to come out as soon as it is, and this is a bit of a guess, but it's probably been in development for quite a bit. It's probably been in development either when that ballot came out or soon afterwards. It's probably Smash 5 has probably been in development. And then there was just like a team working on the DLC. So I don't think that ballot was actually ever for the DLC. I think it was for new characters for the new Smash game, kind of cleverly disguised. And I believe Shovel Knight was who won that. And they're definitely going to be looking at that ballot either way. And I know the Shovel Knight guys are going to be like, hell yeah. And I doubt they'll even ask for money in regards to it, because like their indie game could be in a Smash game. They'll probably just sign, like, I don't think Nintendo would have any problem getting the Shovel Knights to agree. And obviously they have like Amiibo and stuff. Basically we're gonna see Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight we might see at E3. Like that might be one of the characters they showed at E3. I'm gonna guess 2 or 3 new characters revealed at E3, excluding Inkling, which I think they'll also show at E3 if it is a character, or if they're gonna fuck with us, Alright, now Steve, hold on, before you click off this video. Alright, so, let me tell you a short story about this leaker, whose name I don't remember. I read this in an article the other day, which probably, leaks are rarely true. But, so there's this leaker out there that leaked, who has consistently gotten information both correct and incorrect. Now that makes him sound like you shouldn't just believe his leaks. But he's gotten a lot of stuff right, for one thing. But he's also got a lot of stuff wrong. But he's got a lot of stuff right, including some stuff that's pretty near impossible to get right. I think one of them, there's apparently a new Soul Calibur game coming out, and he got a character's name right, called, I think it was Goek, and he said there's gonna be a new character, Goek. That's a really out there prediction he got right. There are some things he said like, this thing's gonna be presented at this conference, and then it wasn't. And he's like, well, actually, they're gonna do it at this conference, and then it was. He's gotten enough things correct, as well as enough things wrong and enough things not confirmed true. But he's gotten enough things correct that I think it's definitely possible that he is getting accurate information. It's just that he's getting it like very early on in development or something like that. So, things change, which is why some things don't become true, or things are scrapped, or time constraints prevent things from happening, etc. Anyhow, this leaker, he said 3 things. One of which is that Minecraft will have a presence in Smash, which Minecraft's pretty popular, and we'll get into that for the next one. He didn't specifically say there would be a character, though. He just said Minecraft would have a presence. So that might not mean Steve is in the game, which is why he's only likely. But maybe he'll be a character in the game. But moving on to Banjo and Kazooie, going on if the leak is true. I believe Microsoft and Rare have said they are willing to work with Nintendo in getting Banjo and Kazooie in the game. My assumption is their price, that they're probably like asking for money regards to it, but Microsoft I don't think really views Nintendo as direct competition, nor for just a Smash 5 game. So obviously I don't think this negatively affects Microsoft, so I don't see why they'd be against it. If Minecraft is going to be in the game, it means they're working with Microsoft there's no reason Banjo and Kazooie is not going to be in the game if that's true. That they'll be very likely. Which kind of gives like a little validity to the leak too. Is that and I still see it as a decent chance. Without the leak, without Minecraft being in there. But if Minecraft is a popular game and it's on Nintendo Switch, and everyone wants Banjo and Kazooie, it just seems like two properties from Microsoft that Nintendo could easily work into Smash 5 if they wanted. So, yeah, I feel like that was a little rambled and jumbled up than I wanted it to be, but I hope that makes sense. If the leak is true, the leaker didn't say anything about Banjo and Kazooie, but if the leak is true, I think it's pretty clear that means they're working with Microsoft, and Banjo and Kazooie are going to be in there. And if Minecraft is going to be in Smash 5, which it could, because like I said, it's very popular, and I believe it is coming to Switch, or it is on Switch. It could be wrong there, though. You know, I see it as possible. I see them both as possible, barring considering the leak is true. Which it may not be. The leak may be false still. Like I said, he's been like, he's only gotten some things right. I just see it possible as him, you know, possibly getting some information that just gets changed during development based on this thing. I don't remember the article, sadly. I read it the other day. These are kind of like, well, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie is always going to be on this list, but like these are kind of last minute. Moving them up to the front. Normally they'd be at the end of the video. But Steve wouldn't even be in here if it weren't for the leak. It's only because of the leak that I think. Well, this guy gets some things right, you know. And then Simon Belmont. So this is another thing. The leak is true, and I'm still skeptical of the leak. But the reason they're up in the front is that I see the leak as being pretty possible true. If the leak is true, guaranteed. Otherwise, decent, not likely, highly unlikely. I'll say. I know he's from Castlevania. I know nothing about this guy. So this is just going off the leak, just spreading more rumors out there. Whoa, could probably look it up if you just do Smash Simon Belmont Minecraft or something like that. I'm sure like that article will pop up and explain who he is and what the leak is. Now Ice Climbers, as a lot of people know, Ice Climbers. Well, yeah, a lot of people know Ice Climbers was scrapped from the last game because the 3DS couldn't handle having them both. But somehow it could for Rosalina and Luma. I don't know how that works. Here's the deal. I do think it's very likely they'll return because it's weird that they removed them. People didn't really like they removed them, but they understood because it's a thing. I don't say they're necessarily guaranteed though, because there was an interview back when Smash 4 came out. I think for the 3DS one. I was like, no, it was before either came out, but when it was coming out, I was like, we're basically removing Ice Climbers. We decided it's kind of, well, we can't get them on the 3DS, and I want to keep the character roster consistent. Is what they said, obviously, but they also said Ice Climbers is kind of like a dead series. So that's what makes it highly likely and not basically guaranteed to me. But I think we'll see them return. They are a fan favorite from Smash. So we got Dr. Mario. We could get Ice Climbers. Rabid. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is unsurprising. Ubisoft and Nintendo worked together on this project, basically. Well, really, Ubisoft did it, but, Nintendo gave, the go-ahead for it. Very impressed with it. It sold very well. Not guaranteed, but, very close to guaranteed. I see no reason why Ubisoft is not going to be or Ubisoft, or however the fuck you pronounce them, it's not going to be yeah, go ahead. Use our characters for Smash. It just seems like a thing that's going to happen. And then moving on to that, Rayman. Also highly likely. They're kind of like the same series, but not. Because Rabbids were introduced with Rayman. So not only in addition to especially if the Rabbids are in there, I think it's pretty much guaranteed Rayman will be in there if the Rabbids are. Not only with the Rabbids being given to Nintendo, which I think is very likely to happen, kind of boost Rayman's odds up. Because if they're gonna give Rabbids, might as well give Rayman. Everyone's requesting Rayman, but Rayman was also a trophy in Smash 4 for some fucking reason. Nobody, they are hey, we got hey fans, you happy? We have a Rayman trophy. And I think this is and this is a good time to mention. A lot of my artwork comes from Smashified, whose link is in the description. He's responsible for the fake Rayman link. Really cool guy. He's done a lot of these arts for a lot of these characters that I put on this list. Not all of them, but like a lot of them, including this one right here. But yeah, if he was a trophy in Smash, and they seem to be having a good relationship, Nintendo and Ubisoft, then I think it's safe to say we'll see Rayman in there. And I believe that is it for all these newcomers with the leak up front in there. Now we'll be moving on to Mario characters, if I'm not mistaken. And we are. And the very first one, Waluigi. Highly likely, it's his time. Everyone was wanting him to stop being an assist trophy since Brawl. He has reached full meme status. Mario Tennis Aces is coming out. I think this is our best shot at Waluigi. They still may not. They still may keep him in there as just an assist trophy, which is upsetting. But I think we have a decent shot of him becoming an official Mario character and a Smash character, because everyone wants to play him. This is true. Everyone also wants to be him, and everyone also wants to have beautiful sex with Waluigi. You may not like these facts, but these are the facts as they are. I think he has a very high chance of being in. Next up, we have Paper Mario. Despite where the series is headed, which is I think Paper Mario is getting still more traction and more like Nintendo's like, ooh, this is good. This is a good guy. It's a good game, even though newer ones kind of suck. But I feel like he's getting more of a spotlight. He did have a stage in I believe it's just the 3DS version last time. I think he has a chance. Maybe likely is a bit too strong. Maybe decent might be a better word for it. I think he has a decent chance of getting in this next game. I think he's got a chance of being a Mario character, and being a new character. Which and not like over anyone. I think he'll just. Like I said, I'm not. Like I kind of said in the returning veterans things, I'm not really worried about saturation. Each character has their place, as long as it's not like 50 Mario characters and like 5 other Nintendo characters. I'm not worried about oversaturation. I think Paper Mario has a decent shot to be in there as his own character. I think we'll see Waluigi and then maybe Paper Mario. Then one last Mario character, Geno. I do not see him as likely, but I predict him anyways, because he still might. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely. Obviously, they haven't put Geno in for a while. Doesn't seem like Nintendo even cared. But, then they have, like, that Mii outfit. So, obviously they're kind of listening to, like, well, I mean, they're not, like, kind of listening. Like, they are listening to fans. They didn't put him in as a character. But they're like, wow. They're like, wow, everyone wants Geno. Put a Mii outfit. It will sell. Which I assume it probably did. To the people who wanted Geno. So that was cool. So I mean that's where his chance of coming in comes in. Cool character from Super Mario RPG, but like very old game. So I don't think it's very likely we'll see him. But he is a cult favorite. So maybe they saw that and they're like, hey, we'll put Geno in this game. What a surprise! And that would be a surprise. It would be really cool. And now we move on to Donkey Kong, which is really still Mario, but not as well. Dixie Kong, highly likely. I think we'll see her. I think it's not nearly guaranteed, but, getting close there. This will be our new Donkey Kong character. Pretty obvious reasons. It's just the next. I think Dixie's even more significant than Diddy is, but it's just a main in like Tropical Freeze and stuff like that, and some other games. Just another female character, a character everyone wants. Etc., etc. I don't think I need to explain it too much. I don't play Donkey Kong that much, so I don't know. And then we'll move on to our other Donkey Kong character, King K. Rool. And, I mean, he's possible, but I don't think he's likely. They just, I feel like Nintendo just doesn't have an interest in him, even though he's a heavyweight character. I don't think we've seen him for a while. He's been in the Donkey Kong Country games, but he's not like in Tropical Freeze or the new Donkey Kong games that I know of. I haven't played them, like I said, but... Dixie is like the third character you think of when you think of Donkey Kong. King K. Rool is a bad guy that we would all like to see more bad guys in this game. But I don't know. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. But maybe we will. Who knows? Anything's possible. Ooh, what's next? Is it Kirby? Nope, Zelda. Once again, before you click off the video, yes, or put a comment or whatever you're gonna do. Yes, I know Breath of the Wild Link is in the trailer, and obviously he is in the game, as Link. Everything, all the shadows underneath the Smash Ball are clearly returning characters from the game. And we know Breath of the Wild Link is there. What I'm saying here, to him being highly unlikely, is I want Breath of the Wild Link as his own separate character, which is what my prediction is here. Not like a strong prediction, just I see as a possibility. What I really think will happen is he's obviously replacing Link, but I'd like to see Breath of the Wild Link as its own character, with his own moveset and his own thing. I think that is extremely unlikely, and we'll just see him as a costume change and maybe a moveset update for Link. But I don't want to lose what they have for Link as a character right now. I'd like to see them as separate characters, if possible, because I'd like to see it more, all the stuff in Breath of the Wild incorporated into Link as a character. But I don't want him to lose him being what makes him a Link in the other games, because Breath of the Wild is a very different step from the Legend of Zelda series. So I don't see it, but I don't see it as likely as him being a separate character. I think it's as a costume update, maybe some moveset changes, maybe a lot of moveset changes. But who knows? Now, next character, Linkle. I think she's likely. I think she has a good shot. Nintendo is clearly a big fan of their Hyrule Warriors series. They have released it 3 times. They took it from the Wii U and moved it to the 3DS with some extra characters. Then they made the Definite Edition on Nintendo Switch, which I will have to eventually get. I'm kind of pissed that there's no way to move data from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch that I know of. Maybe there is. But whatever. I'll probably play from start. Maybe I'll do a series on it. Who knows? But anyhow, they seem to be really fond of the Hyrule Warriors. It did really well. Linkle is a new character introduced in that, and it's the female version of Link who got an immediate I guess cult status, if I recall correctly. Excuse me, sorry, I gotta take a sip of soda. Anyhow, they seem to be fond of Hyrule Warriors. I think it's her time to shine. I can't really think of any other Legend of Zelda characters. I also don't know them. Some people are saying Impa, but I'm like, who the fuck cares about Impa? In Hyrule Warriors, Impa was cool, but if they're doing anything from Hyrule Warriors, I think it's gonna be Linkle. So Linkle is my prediction. I think we'll see Linkle, which I would love. I would love to have Linkle, and I would definitely play. Oh my god, I forgot another one. I'll probably just edit them in at the last second. That's what I'll do. I'll edit them in the last second. I'll make 2 extra slides for them. Okay, but anyhow, moving on. Now it's Kirby. I'm right. Bandana Waddle Dee. Basically guaranteed at this point. I know Hell Laboratory has involvement in Smash. I don't know how much involvement. I know Kirby is a favorite of them over there. Bandana Waddle Dee has been the 4th player to the 4-player adventures of Kirby. With being, Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and now it's Bandana Waddle Dee. We're gonna see him. I'm pretty confident we are going to see Bandana Waddle Dee by now. It's finally his time. Especially Kirby Star Allies. I think it's fine. And guess what? The three beginning Star Allies was Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Bandana Waddle Dee. He's gonna be in. He's going to be here. I feel very confident about that. Pretty much 95% chance to 99% chance. Problem is, at this point, I don't feel like he's gonna be as hype anymore. I'm sure people have been waiting for him a while, but I feel like he's just not as hype as he was. 4 more characters. I have 4 characters. I missed 2 for Kirby. That's fine. We'll get to them at the end of this. The next character, though, which I still think is highly likely, Marx. With Star Allies, which is pretty Smash-like, as people would know, Marx was introduced as sort of extra free DLC, I think 2 weeks after the fact. I don't know why it took 2 weeks, but whatever. He was a star ally, and he really showed a possible moveset. That looks like, like, ooh, they want him to smash. As I recall, Marks is a favorite of someone at, I don't know who. I would barely know any names, but he's a favorite of someone over at Smash. I believe this is also why the Great Cave Offensive was in Smash 4. Is because it was just like, ooh, I really like this. And I think that's from the game Marks is in, too. So I think Marks is a favorite. So I think it's very likely we'll see Marks in addition to Bandana Waddle Dee, which would be awesome. I want Marks myself. Marks is cool. Love him. Love everything about him. He is awesome. Look at that face. And he's a villain. Look at that face. Look at that. You want that as a Smash character. Alright, now we got Rick and Kine and Ku. I've always wanted Rick in the game, or maybe just Rick, and not Kine and Ku. I've always wanted Rick in the game for a very long time, actually. Because he was the only other Kirby character I could think of for a long time, actually. It's pretty much the reason. So Rick, I think Rick has a, well, I don't think he has much of a chance, actually. I don't think he's likely. He could be, because he's in Kirby Star Allies, but I don't see this happening. Not really, but, who knows? Like I said, anything's possible. I don't think Gooey will be in it, though. I just don't. I'm not putting, I put like a little bit of salt, well, what was a little bit of pepper into Rick, but like, I'm not putting all my cash in Rick. Now we're moving to Pokemon. So this is Decidueye. Highly likely, I think we're obviously gonna see a Gen 7 Pokemon, pretty much. There's a small percent chance we won't see it, but maybe not small, but like, I'll get into that a little bit later. So Decidueye, this is what everyone thinks is gonna happen. This is unsurprised everyone. Everyone's like, it's going to be Decidueye. There's nothing else it could be except maybe Incineroar. I laugh at that statement. It's not necessarily going to be Decidueye. There's one other Pokemon I can easily see it being over Decidueye. Or if not, I'll get into that. But, or if not those Pokemon, though. Incineroar, basically. But Decidueye, I do see as possible. He's obviously pretty much kind of like the coolest starter. He has a bow and arrow, for fuck's sake. That they love that shit. He has a projectile attack. They love it. Decidueye is, an obvious pick. He's in Pokken. He is a favorite. Everyone's also like, oh, in here also there'll be a full fire starter and a full water starter and a fully evolved grass starter. But I don't think they care about that because it doesn't matter. I think they'd rather have the Pokemon they think is going to be popular than completing the stupid triangle. And I mean that seriously. That is not a reason Decidueye is going to be in. It's just. But when you think Gen 7, he's like, well, who else could it be? It's basically Decidueye or Incineroar. You can't really think of anyone else. But to that I say, nay, Mimikyu. Highly likely. It's highly likely we'll see Mimikyu. We'll probably see, it'll likely be either Decidueye or Mimikyu, I think, are the two highest. Mimikyu is an easy Japan favorite. And he pretty much a favorite in the US too, but I think it's still a Japan favorite. Now, very popular Pokemon. Probably the hypest of Gen 7, pretty much. I can easily see, and we all know Jigglypuff is still kind of in the game because it's Japan favorite too. Easily can see Mimikyu being the Pokemon they choose from Gen 7 to put in. Possibly even both Decidueye and Mimikyu, but I don't put that as too likely. So I think we'll either see Decidueye or Mimikyu. Those are the highest likely chance of the next few Pokemon I'm going to show for being Gen 7 representatives. So, not Decidueye, not Mimikyu. Who else? As I already said, Incineroar. Highly likely, if not the other two. I think I forgot to put this on the other one. Because I have one more Pokemon that will be instead, if not those other two. If we don't see Decidueye, if we don't see Mimikyu, we'll see Incineroar. Obviously, just it's the other starter. He would be a cool heavyweight. He's a wrestler. He fits. He fits. Unsurprising to everyone else. It was sort of like how Decidueye fits. Mimikyu would be kind of hard. A little bit hard, but I think they can make him work. If not, it'll be a Pokeball, guaranteed. And this Mimikyu will be. Incineroar, they could obviously make work, and that's how it all works. They're all easily made. Well, Decidueye and Incineroar are easily made, and Mimikyu, I think, could work, and stuff like that. And then there's just one more. I did put it. Tapu Koko. If not Decidueye, if not Mimikyu, if not Incineroar, then we'll see Tapu Koko, because that's the only other significant Pokemon from Gen 7. Then I'm going to be like, alright, well, he has significance. He has plot significance. He obviously could work. He's a legendary. There's a lot, it works. I just think we'll see the other 3 before him. And when I say the other 3 before him, I think they're more likely to be chosen before him. But, like, if it's not going to be those 3, it's going to be this guy right here. So, I think it's possible. He would also be really cool. It'd be cool to see Tapu Koko in the game. It's also, I guess, possible that he could be, like, I could also see him being separate from the other Pokemon, but I don't put that as a high chance. Like, a not likely chance. Like, if it's, say, Decidueye is the character they chose for Pokemon Gen 7, I don't see Tapu Koko as having a high... Like, Tapu Koko could still be in it as a character, but I don't see as a high chance that he'll be in it. Does that make sense? Probably not, but that's fine. Now we move on to the very... I have a lot of Pokemon options. Then move on to the very not likely. Very highly unlikely, I believe. Oh, wait, no, we got one more, right. Gorachu or the new Gen 8 Pokemon. So you're like, Gorachu, what's Gorachu? And why is it highly likely, whatever. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu just came out. And that was our first Spelecast episode, and you should check it out, even if you don't like this, because we talk about the game reveal, and stuff like that. There's a card link for it. So there's gonna be a new Pokemon revealed in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Pikachu, or whatever. I think we'll see it at E3, not for Smash, but we'll see it like what it is in E3. I think it's highly likely that new Gen 8 Pokemon will be in the game. Either it might replace the Gen 7 Pokemon, and that specific one too, like the one that's for Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. I think they're betting their money on it, sort of like Lucario. I know Lucario came like after Gen 4, already been out for a while, but like for its Brawl. But like Lucario was one of the first Pokemon they revealed. It was Munchlax, Bonsly, and Lucario, and they're like, oh, look at this Lucario, man. That's why Lucario is the character in Brawl. I think it'll be the same with this new Gen 8 Pokemon for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. I think they'll be putting their money on it. So it might replace the new Gen 7 Pokemon, which would be sad because Gen 7 is awesome. We should include a Pokemon from it. It might also be in addition to new Gen 7, which is what I would like to see. As for Gorachu, which that is like fan art from someone from DeviantArt. I don't remember. Sorry, I just took it. That's the one that's going around though. There was supposed to be an evolution to Raichu called Gorachu. Some people think that new Gen 8 Pokemon is going to be Gorachu. That is what I see is highly unlikely. So I see the new Pokemon being highly likely, but I think it's very unlikely it's Gorachu. But if it could be Gorachu, I suppose. It would also make sense for it to be a Smash character if it was. Because it's like, it's, an evolution off a Kanto Pokemon. Wow, that makes sense. Even though it'd be weird, because then there'd be a 4 evolution line, but whatever. So I see it. Maybe it could be Gorachu, but I don't think it's Gorachu. I think that was just a past thing. I think that's like, meme status taking over people's mind. I don't think we'll see it. I don't think we'll see it at all. So there's that. Now we move on to the highly unlikelies. Sandslash. You're like, Sandslash? As if we need another Generation 1 Pokemon in there. So hear me out. Sandslash is one I want in there to sort of represent Gen 7. Not over Decidueye or anything else in addition, as an addition character. This is almost basically 0, but I put it as highly unlikely. But, like, it would be cool because Sandslash and Alolan Sandslash, it'd be cool to represent the Alolan Pokemon that way. You have, like, 4 costumes for Sandslash, 4 costumes for Alolan Sandslash, or Alolan Sandslash, yeah. Specifically, these ones make the most sense for me in this regard because Sandslash and Alolan Sandslash have a lot of similar moves, but are different typing. For example, Sandslash can learn Rollout. Alolan Sandslash can learn Ice Ball. That's what it's called. So it's like, oh, Sandslash's primary is rollout. Alolan Sandslash's primary is Ice Ball. And, they look different, but they're, basically the same attack in game. Likewise, Sandslash can say use Rock Slide. Maybe as like an aerial recovery, he just like jabs up and a bunch of rocks fall down underneath him. Alolan Sandslash can use Icicle Crash. And do the same thing, but it's icicles instead of rocks. That's just cool to me. I feel like Sandslash, in that regard, could be like, it's the exact same character, but it brings this different style of like the Alolan and the non-Alolan version. So I think, that's what makes him a cool character design to me and choice. I would like to see it. I don't think we will see it, but it'd be cool if they did represent it. This is more like along the lines of just not going to happen, but I wrote it down as highly unlikely. Next up on the highly unlikely, Blaziken. More than anything, I just really want Blaziken to be in there. He was on the ballot, so it's possible, because like I said, they're going to look at that, but I don't think he's very likely. He would fit very well in Smash. We all know he would. I want that Gen 3 rep. I also want a stage called Victory Road from a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's the Field of Flowers where you battle Wally, and I want Wally's theme to be the main song for it. Just saying, that should be a stage, and I don't want hazards or anything on it. I just want it to be a flat stage with, you die if you go too far to the left or die if you go too far to the right. Still grounded, though. No pit deaths. That would be cool. That'd be a cool as fuck stage, and maybe we'll see it. I wouldn't put too much hope into it, but maybe we'll see it. But I don't see it very likely for Blaziken. I just really want him to be in there. Sceptile. I don't want to see Sceptile. I really don't. He's here because he has. If they're going to choose a Gen 3 Pokemon, I think it's going to be Sceptile over Blaziken, because I think in the ballot, Sceptile had more votes for Blaziken, because people really want that fully evolved grass starter, but like, who fucking cares? Sceptile sucks. Like, not overall, but Sceptile sucks as a Smash character. Like, I don't think Sceptile doesn't work there. I don't like that. I would rather see either Blaziken or Swampert than Sceptile. I'd rather see Grovyle over Sceptile. Grovile's cooler than Sceptile for Smash. He would just feel weird. He'd just be weird in every regard. People only want him in there to complete the trio. That's a stupid reason to put him in there. I really highly feel Blaziken deserves it more. And if not Blaziken, I'd rather have Swampert, like I said. We could have buffed Swole Boy as a final Smash. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? There's nothing I think is pretty cool about Sceptile, though. But, that maybe over, because I'd see him, I see it's more likely as Blaziken because of the ballot, which sucks. Like I said, I'm really just against Sceptile. It's stupid to include him just to complete the trio, which is pretty much everyone's only reason. Like, he's a good Pokemon and all, but he's not the Pokemon I want representing Gen 3. Blaziken, way better for Smash. Dewott. Yeah, this is basically zero. I just really want Dewott. Dewott's like one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Chandelure is also really awesome, but I don't care for it. I'm just happy Chandelure is in fucking Pokken. Thank you, whoever did that. But I don't see Dewott as being a character people, Smash is going to put in. That being said, if they do, I called it. I'm the one who called it. I deserve, I don't know, $50. I deserve $50. I deserve a sandwich. Somebody should buy me a sandwich if Dewott is put in Smash 5. But I just really like Dewott because, look at that. He has 2 shells. He's a dual-wielding shell maniac. He's just a cool Pokemon. I'm upset he wasn't in the anime because Oshawott never evolved. That's stupid. Dewott is awesome. In, like, every regard. They really should have put Dewott in. He's, like, a cool design Pokemon. In the anime. In this game, I would just like to see him. He's just, like, my favorite. He's not going to be in there. I can tell you that. He's not going to be in there, pretty much. Basically zero. That's not happening. Alright. Ridley / Prime Hunter. I want to note that this is where we reach what I call the lightning round of stuff I don't know. I don't know Metroid. I don't know like Star Fox. I don't know a lot of the things I'm about to show you. I do want Ridley myself. But they apparently have to figure out how to use the shrink ray because they're like, oh, he's too big. But they can just shrink him down. Who fucking cares? I just want to play as Ridley. He's the only other Metroid character I know. I know there is some Prime. There are people think they're gonna be some hunters from Prime, from one of the Prime games. I think the trilogy, possibly also the second game going around. There's a popular one that they're using. I cannot remember his name. If not Ridley, if we're gonna see any Metroid representative, it's gonna be one of those Prime hunters. I don't know what they are because I don't really play Metroid. I played Metroid Prime once. Did not go well. That's not on this channel. It's on a very old channel, an older channel that never took off. I did play it for. That was like the first thing I played for that channel. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Ridley though. But that's only if they get over the fact of shrinking him, which wouldn't be a problem. It really wouldn't. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Like we all want Ridley. It'd be cool, and he's a villain. Whatever. So there's that. Okay, Viridi. I hope I spelled that right. I didn't double check. I should have. Viridi or another deity from Kid Icarus, whatever. It's likely we'll see someone from that game. Viridi seems to be the one everyone else is going with. So I'll go with her too, but otherwise another deity or some other significant character in Kid Icarus. I don't know the series, so I can't say it. I know that the reason Dark Pit is in the game is because they really like Kid Icarus, and that's also how Pit kind of got into Brawl. So I think it's very possible we'll see another character, given the fact that they really like Kid Icarus. I just don't know who, because I haven't played the game. Viridi seems to be what everyone else is going with, so I'll say Viridi as well. That just seems logical to me. What's next? I don't know what's next. Crystal from Star Fox. I've been asking for this one for a while too, even though I don't play Star Fox. Everyone just seems to want her. So that's it. Maybe we'll get our wish. I see it as likely. Maybe there's apparently Star Fox Racing. That's a rumor going on for E3. So maybe if that game coming out, they'll be like, ooh, Crystal. Everyone wants Crystal. Everyone wants the girl furry. Everyone wants the girl fox to fuck. Where's Breaks in 2018? No Breaks in, please. But you could put Crystal for the furries or whomever. Star Fox fans that are still hoping the series will return to its former glory, which it won't. I mean, maybe Star Fox Racing will be cool, but like they'll never get a Star Fox game. That's good. Nintendo, I think, sunk the ship on that. And then Wolf. So what is it? I think when Wolf was pretty. Based on how he was included in story mode, I think it's clear Wolf was a very last minute addition to Brawl. As well as it was like a clone character for Link as well, Toon Link, who did return. But they were both clone characters, and they both seemed like they were very last minute. And Jigglypuff was also seemed that way too, because they're not in the story mode. They're just like random guy. Well, I mean you can get them in story mode, but they're just like you can randomly find them after beating the game or like right before you beat the game. No, I think you have to beat the game. After you beat the game, you can go find them. So that's interesting that they had so they put him like last minute Brawl. I think it was the plan to put him in Smash 4, but he was like also a last minute thing, and they just didn't have time to put him in. So my assumption is the trend will continue. They will try to put him in Smash 5, but I don't think he'll be high in the priority list of characters to put in Smash 5. So they'll try to put him in, but they might not succeed in doing that. I think that's how I'll go for Wolf. It's a very specific one. Alright. Oh, yes. New Xenoblade 2 characters. So, there's a lot of spoilers, apparently, with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I have not played it. I've seen a lot of other people's Smash recommendations, and I do think a character from characters or whatever, Xenoblade 2 will pop up. I don't want to say anything specifically, though, because I guess it's spoiler heavy, and I wouldn't know what is a spoiler, what isn't. I mean, kind of like from context, but like I wouldn't. And I don't see any point of saying it if it's going to be a spoiler. Just know if you've watched other people Smash, do these Smash things, and they're saying, I'm agreeing, like, there's a very consistent set of characters being recommended. That I'm agreeing with them. I am agreeing with them. I'm being purposely vague on this to try and not be spoily, but, what is it? If you watched FireRed's video, I think he says my recommendation. and gives the ideas that I would agree with for it. That's a good way to put it. Oh yes, Fire Emblem. I do know Fire Emblem. Actually, this isn't gonna be rushed. So Rowan, I think, or Liana. And now you're like, whoa, what? These guys? Really? Yeah, because like Fire Emblem Heroes is not Heroes. Fire Emblem Warriors, yeah. Fire Emblem Warriors is like compared to Hyrule Warriors. The problem is, well, not necessarily the problem. But what I'm thinking happened is that they were putting their money in Fire Emblem Warriors being like really fantastic, which it wasn't. Did not live up to that. But I feel like Nintendo might have been putting their money on it. Thus, they might have already been included in Smash 5, like one of the earliest things to be worked on in development. Well, not the earliest, but like when they start putting new characters in, it's like, all right, we're gonna put these guys in. As like Rowan, because they're basically the same character in game. So I imagine it'll be like Wii Fit Trainer or Pikmin, Olimar, Alf, whatever type deal. That's what I see as happening. I see these characters as being like that. That's a character they're gonna want for Fire Emblem. As a new representative for Fire Emblem, I feel like they're putting their money on it that they were gonna be popular, and they're not. They're not, but I feel like they're putting their money on it. But so maybe we'll see them. That's why I think they'll be likely. After that, new Fire Emblem 16 character, highly likely. They're gonna be in there, either the Avatar or Lloyd or whomever they're putting the thing on it. We obviously don't know anything about Fire Emblem 16, just that it's coming out this year as a Smash. I think we're gonna see stuff about Fire Emblem 16 at E3 because it's coming out this year, and I feel like that's how. I don't think we'll get a reveal for the character at E3, but I feel like we'll see the trailer and then we'll know who it's gonna be. Obviously, we don't have any information on this game at all, pretty much, so we don't know who the main character is gonna be. But it's that's what it's gonna be. Without a doubt, Fire Emblem is so popular, they're gonna be in there. Otherwise, it's gonna be Rowan or Liana. I could see them both being in there too. It's possible. This one will definitely be in. Isaac from Golden Sun. Everyone wants him. Decent. Cult favorite. He's been in there as assist trophy, so I don't know. Maybe he'll just keep getting stuck there. But I'd like to see him. I don't know anything about Golden Sun, though. So now we're going to get in, from this point on, I don't even know if Isaac might be third party. We're going to get into third party characters, and then I'm going to go over the last 4 that I missed. I will just take a short pause, and then I will add them to the presentation, and then I will just bring them up for the video again. I'll just keep it rolling. I'll talk about them. But these next characters after Isaac, and yeah, I don't have a lot to say about Isaac. These next characters are all third party, and I'm going to just talk about the chances of being in there, and why I think so, etc. And yeah, these are less likely than the ones I put up front, obviously. So Snake, unlikely normally. Apparently I didn't put him up with all the rest of them. But if the leaker, this is the third thing the leaker said. The leaker said Snake would return. So if the leak is true, guaranteed, basically. Otherwise, unlikely. I don't see him coming back. But like, if the leak is true, guaranteed. That's who we'll see. Pretty obvious. Noctis. Alright, so Noctis I don't see as likely. I actually probably should put like highly unlikely. But if Cloud returns, it's good, like for the main game, not just the DLC. I could see Square Enix possibly allowing like one extra Final Fantasy character. I don't know if Nintendo would want them. Want one, but if they're gonna put another Final Fantasy character in there, it would be Noctis because Final Fantasy 15 kind of awesome. I know I know there was also a lot of complaints, but it was awesome. I played it for 36 hours. I played it straight, pretty much. That was a crazy week in December. I was like going to bed at like 6 p.m., waking up at 12 a.m. And then I would just play this game until like I went to bed again, pretty much. Yeah, I at 12 a.m. I would get up at 12 a.m. and I would just play it until that was cool. That was like Christmas week. I got it. Really good game. I feel like Noctis has fans. I think if Cloud is in there, I think it's possible we can see Noctis with Cloud. I don't think it'll be very likely though. Crash. Everyone's like, Crash is gonna be in there. because it was revealed in Nintendo Direct. He's coming multi-platform and everything though. As much as I love Crash Bandicoot, I'm a little iffy on him being included because he's more of a PlayStation character. I'd like to have seen him in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. For those of you who don't know the story of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, you may have heard of the game. You may think it's a shitty ripoff of Smash. Fine. I guess, sorta. But back in the day when that game came out, Smash fans ruined that game, yeah. Smash fan. If you say the Smash fan base is garbage, back when Brawl was out, you'd be right. It was as garbage as, say, the Undertale fan base or even the Steven Universe fan base. Sorry, Steven Universe fans. Fan base isn't pretty. Sonic fan base, worse than the Sonic fan base, I'd say, in that specific moment. The E3 trailer for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale has more dislikes than likes. This is almost entirely from Nintendo fans. I don't. Why am I bringing this up in the Smash video? I'm just. I don't know. Make you feel like shit. Apparently. It actually almost pushed me away from Smash. Except I realized it'd be stupid to not play a game because of a fan base. And yeah, they ruined that game. That game's popularity. They're one of the reasons that game got ruined. They're not the only reason, but they're one of the reasons. They're one of the main reasons too. And the reason why it didn't sell well, which is sad. I'd really like to have seen. I did enjoy that series. I thought that was really good. Different from Smash. It was very different from Smash. I liked it more than Smash. I would say it would be better than Brawl if it weren't for the fact that Brawl had a story mode. That was the only thing keeping Brawl above. And I'd say it's on par with 4, except 4 is well more polished than PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. But nonetheless, I feel like Crash should have been in that game. Crash wasn't in that game because Activision was like, hey, pay us a lot of money for it. And I think Superbot was on a budget. I don't know. So it'd be weird if he popped up in a Nintendo game. I don't think he will. Activision not as shitty as EA, but they're still pretty greedy, to my understanding. I don't think that's changed. Maybe it has. I've been out of the loop for a little bit in terms of them, but yeah, I think Activision owns Crash. I don't think we'll see him. Be cool, I guess. I'd like to play as Crash. I'd main him for sure. If Crash was in it, I don't think we'll see him. And I don't. People are saying it, but I don't think we'll see him because he's not. He was revealed in the Nintendo Direct, but they're just. It was also revealed shortly after. Oh, he's also coming to everything else, not just the Switch. So it just seemed like a choice to make him multi-platform, not just PlayStation exclusive for more money. And not like, we're signing with Nintendo now, sort of deal. Next is Solaire. Solaire, I think, is decent, actually. I think Solaire, we have a decent shot of him, mostly because he is an amiibo. That's the only reason, because Dark Souls came out, and it came out for Nintendo Switch, actually. And they made an amiibo, so obviously they're working a little bit with Nintendo, So maybe we'll see him as a cool guest character. I would love to. Solaire or another Dark Souls character. I think Solaire probably represents it the best. But, I mean, whatever they choose to put there, I guess. But Solaire would work. Not necessarily the highest. I'd just say decent. Then we move to Chibi Robo. Chibi Robo, a lot of people think is a first-party title for Nintendo. It's not. It's owned by the developer who develops it. Nintendo just usually is the one who publishes it. And also most of their other games. But Chibi Robo does not actually belong to Nintendo. I would love to see Chibi Robo in this game. I have been a fan of the series for the one game that was actually good. Also, Park Patrol was pretty good. And then the other stuff that is just not anything like... They always do something different, Chibi Robo. It's not anything like what it was before. Those are interesting, but, I would like to see something close to that original Chibi Robo title, which is the best. One of the best games on the GameCube, for sure. That being said, Chibi Robo Ziplash sucked. I feel like if there was any chance of Chibi Robo being in Smash, that Chibi Robo would have had to sell well, and do well, which it didn't because it sucked. It was just an uninspired 2D platformer. It wasn't. At least the other Chibi Robos had Chibi Robo elements in it. That other game didn't do it. I didn't really play it much though because I couldn't because I had to press R and my R button didn't work. I got stuck on the 4th level. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I lost because I can't believe I can't beat this game because I can't press the button R. Also, nearly happened to Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Fun fact. But I did get around it because it was only one time I had to press R. There was one time in Mario and Luigi Paper Jam that you have to press R. Because you have to do nothing for a battle. And they set it to the R button for some reason. It was stupid. I had to borrow someone's 3DS to get past it. There was no other way. There was literally no other way. But yeah, if that Chibi Robo game had, revived the series instead of likely killed it like it did, I think this would be a different story. But because of that, I think we'll never see Chibi Robo in Smash now. I don't think we'll ever see a Chibi Robo game again. Maybe, hopefully we do, but I don't think it's gonna be his time for Smash. I would love to see him, but I'm not confident about it. Next up is Professor Layton. Obviously, highly unlikely. I mean, they made Phoenix Wright a fighter. They can do Professor Layton, and he can fence. I just like him. I like the games, barring the Azron Legacy, which is disappointing Professor Layton game. Every other game is then one of the best games I've ever played, though. Literally, that's not even an exaggeration. Unwound Future is probably the top 20 games I've ever played, if I had to think about it. So, and again, he's not really although he always appears on Nintendo things, he's not a Nintendo series. But I'd like to see him. But looking at third party, Professor Layton would be cool. But what is he gonna do? He's gonna fence, I guess. I don't know. Maybe have some puzzle elements in there, but it would be kind of inspired. But I'd like to see him. I wouldn't mind. Dragonborn, not likely, but Bethesda, that clearly is Nintendo leaning, is helping Nintendo out. They're doing stuff with Nintendo. They're working with Nintendo. They were a launch title for the Switch. The remastered was. So maybe. But I don't see it as a big thing. But maybe they'll want to work together and get the Dragonborn in there. Or whomever from Skyrim. Whatever you want to call him from Skyrim. Or Dovahking or whatever. I think we might. And this is where you can see where I was really getting lazy. I literally just put a picture. Just a picture of his face. I didn't bother finding anything. I just grabbed the quickest image I could. There was no PNGs available off the get-go, so I didn't even bother. So there's that. Sora. Yes. Everyone's like, Sora. Sora's definitely going to be in it. I think Alvarez's like, oh yeah, this is the best chance for my boy Sora to be in it. He's going to be one of the likely guys. Sora's basically zero. People are like, well, Squeenix is obviously working with Nintendo before they put Cloud in, and if Cloud returns, wouldn't Sora have a good shot at it? Don't you think? You're not wrong. Squeenix worked with Nintendo. I didn't think that would happen, but they did. And they put Cloud in, which is ridiculous. And Sora, I think, feels more as a PlayStation character, not a Nintendo character. Same difference. More belongs in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, or whatever, even though that series is dead. More belongs as a PlayStation character than Nintendo. And you're like, oh, he has Nintendo games. He had Dream Drop Distance. Recoded was Datasaur. But, it was Sora, but, recoded. That was a mobile game ported to the DS. 358 over 2 days, which is supposed to be 358 and a half days, was Roxas. It started Roxas. And not Sora. Sora was significant because he always is, but Sora's really only Nintendo game is Dream Drop Distance. 3's not coming to the Switch currently. I'm sure we'll see it later, maybe. I hope, but I'd love to take that game on the go, especially if it's really good. I would buy it again for the Switch because I love my Switch. Honestly. But yeah, the problem with Sora, people think Square Enix owns him. Square Enix does not own the rights to Sora. All belongs to Disney. Disney owns everything from Kingdom Hearts, besides the Final Fantasy characters that are that guest star in it. They let Square Enix have reins of what to do with it because it was successful and stuff. But the Sora character, the Keyblade, all that all belongs to Disney. Disney is absolutely not going to put Sora in this game. Disney would not let one of their characters fight in a brawler game like this. And that's what kills Sora. We'll never see Sora, pretty much. He's still on the prediction list of a character we might see. That's same with the Watt. They're both basically zero, but they're not at zero. They're just basically zero. we won't see Sora. This is what I'm getting at. Get out of your heads, or any other Kingdom Hearts character. They all belong to Disney. Disney isn't gonna put them in. Even if Disney was willing to put them in, Disney's gonna charge a Disney price for Sora. Disney price for Sora is a very expensive number for Sora. That's not, and Sora isn't too Nintendo related right now, despite what people think. Only Dream Drop Distance, really. So there's that. Now the next two are no longer third parties. These were two I forgot. But not the ones I've noticed while giving this podcast that I forgot. These are two I forgot and realized at the end. So here they are. Dylan, decent chance. He's an assist trophy. I don't know. They keep doing stuff with him in 3DS, so maybe you get fans. I know nothing about him. And then people are like, oh, to honor Satoru Iwata, they're going to have like a very retro character. So maybe Balloon Fighter to that. Someone said Golfer. Someone was like, Golfer from NES Golf is going to be in it. I don't know who that was. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Alpharad's like Balloon Fighter, but I put not likely. I should have put highly unlikely. We're not going to see Balloon Fighter. He doesn't work as a character. I don't think they're going to put him in. This is not from Smashify, by the way. This is from Fan and Wiki for Balloon Fighter. We're not going to see him, I don't think, but here he is. This is a prediction for him, I guess, for the Iwata tribute, which would be cool, but I don't think that, like, Duck Hunt made sense because the dog was very popular as like a meme. So they just put the entire game of Duck Hunt as a character. That's why he kind of got in. The dog was a very popular character from that game. It was what made people remember Duck Hunt. No one really cares about Balloon Fighter, even though that was probably like the next most popular NES game besides like Mario and shit. Like that's probably the next step down from Duck Hunt. But I don't think they're gonna make Balloon Fighter in there. Hopefully we see Balloon Fight return as a stage though. I did like that stage. Now I'm going to quickly add the characters that I completely forgot about. So sit tight. All right, and we're back. So I put him in. I actually put in 5. So Zan Partizan from Kirby Star Allies. We'll do the Kirby ones first. Don't think it's likely. But the thing with Star Allies is a lot of those characters seem designed to be Smash characters. Honestly. And old Thunder Thought here, as the community has come to know her, which I love, is like the leader of the Jam Bastion people or whatever. I see her as, I guess, possible, but I don't think we will get her. But I don't know, maybe they're like, and she has like I think she has a spear? No, maybe she doesn't have a spear. Whatever. I see her as possible. They seem like they're like really hyping these bosses to be like characters in Smash. It just kind of feels that way. Galacta Knight, people have been requesting him for a while. I don't think he'll be likely, though, for a reason coming up, because of the next character coming up. But people have obviously wanted him for a while. If not this next character, it could be him. But I think it'll be this next character over him, and that's Morpho Knight. A little spoiler alert, but in Guest Star Allies, Galacta Knight becomes Morpho Knight, which is apparently the original design for Meta Knight. Morpho Knight almost seems like he was literally created just to be a Smash character. I would love to see him too. I would definitely love to play as him. He's like a Butterfly Knight. That's fucking cool. And the Butterfly is a reoccurring character in Kirby. So we could see him in addition to both Marks and the other thing. What is it? I can't remember. Banana Waddle Dee. Jeez. It seems like they may literally put this character in Star Allies so it could be a Smash character. I shit you not. That's what it feels like to me. Which is why this one's decent. If not this character, then Galacta Knight, if they decide to even deal with those. So, yeah. Now we'll move on to the 2 characters I forgot. The third parties. They're both third parties. Bomberman, likely. Capcom, in there. They're Bandai Namco, whoever, whatever the fuck. Alright, Bomberman seemed like it was, people were like, oh, Bomberman will be in it. So, I don't know, Bomberman, likely. Bomberman seems like that'd be the next Capcom character they include. I think they had like a little Nintendo presence. The next one had a lot of Nintendo presence, sort of, but it's not like Nintendo at all. Shantae, also known as Sean Bay to me, absolute favorite, love her. She's brown. Brown girls are my thing. I love it. If she's in Smash, I will main her. There's also a joke that due to meme magic or whatever, because I like brown girls, that if Shantae's in it, I'll become so good at her that I'll just, like, specifically just Shantae. Like, I'll just get an unimaginable skill set at Shantae for Smash. Which I would find absolutely hilarious. That probably won't happen, but if that happens, I'm just become like the best Smash player, but only if I play Shantae. I would find that funny, but I don't see her as likely. Although she does have a Nintendo presence, I think she had a presence on the ballot. I don't think Nintendo will do it, but I would have loved to. Please, either get her to sit on my face in real life or put her in Smash. Either or both. If both is also good, both is also good. I will take both. Yeah, that's how I think it will go. And that's it. That is all the characters. So, wow, that was a solid hour. Sorry if you stuck with me for long. I went short. I felt like for most of them I went pretty short on them too. I feel like talking about movesets and stuff more. I really only did have one. But you know what? That would have made this like a 3-hour long video. I just wanted to think about why I thought they were gonna be in there. Obviously, I don't think every one of these characters will be in there. A lot of them actually had not likelies on it, and 2 of them had basically zeros, meaning I just don't expect them in it. But yeah, these are my predictions of the characters you'll see in the next Smash game. There's possibly some more third parties that could be in there. Third party, it's like impossible to go through each and every game series they might do, but those are the ones I feel. I don't know. We'll see if I name them all or not when the game comes out. Let me see. Who do I think anyone's gonna come out at E3? I feel like if Minecraft, if the leaker is true and Minecraft's in the game, that will be showed. Like a stage for Minecraft. I don't think Steve will, because we don't know if Steve will be in the game or not. I think Banjo and Kazooie will be showed if he's actually gonna be in it, because that'll be hype. They're gonna do like a Mega Man thing. Who they introduced? They had Mega Man and and Villager. So they had a third party. I guess Inkling would probably be the Villager, right? No, I think they'll do 3 with Inkling included, maybe. And I think I'll change that. So we'll see Inkling more. We'll see a third party surprise. I'm gonna guess Banjo and Kazooie, maybe someone else though. We'll see a third party surprise. And we'll see another Nintendo character. I'm gonna have to guess it's gonna be ARMS. And then maybe we'll see like a fourth. We'll see in the fourth character there's another third party surprise, or maybe it's another Nintendo character, but like a less hype one. Maybe that's where they'll toss in Bandana Waddle Dee, because like who's gonna get hype over Bandana Waddle Dee being revealed, like in like an animated trail, like the way they were doing for Smash 4? I don't think anyone. Or maybe they'll do like Bandana Waddle Dee and Marks in that one, like they did Charizard and Greninja, except Charizard was the Pokemon already. But it was just Pokemon Trail. Anyhow, if you like this, subscribe, whatever. If you didn't like this, sorry. I really just want, more than anything, I just want to put this video out with all my predictions out there. Hopefully it interests some of you. I know it was a lot of them. That was a total, with the extra 4, that made a total 50. That was 50 fucking things I just, 50 different characters I just predicted. Holy crap. So it gives me a lot of room to be right. I mean, a lot of room to be wrong, too. But, like, huge rooms to be wrong. But, like I said, the point of this is just to predict every possible character that could be in there. I'll feel really awesome if they don't do any character that I didn't list here. That's my goal. I want to try and get, like, I want it to be, like, all the characters in there. Obviously, there were some that, like, I kind of stretched. I was vague about Xenoblade 2, but, like, if you're watching other people's videos, you know who I'm suggesting for Xenoblade 2. They'll definitely be. I think they'll be in there. Anyhow, next time on the Spelecast, I think I might have said Speletons, whatever. Something different. Probably talking about E3 with Derek. Subscribe. Check out our other Spelecast. That one's way better because it's me and Derek talking, not just me rambling. And yeah, thanks for watching or listening or whatever. Sorry the presentation sucked. It's whatever though. I just want to be done with it before E3. Bye-bye.